A new video has surfaced of Mark Ruffalo, the MCU Marvel star who plays the Hulk. He must be sulking that this one has found its way into the trending category. Disney likely unhappy as well, and that's because, well, it's probably making the lawyers for Gina Carano very, very happy. It turns out that Ruffalo wants to go hard in the paint against half the country. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Pro Channel, where we as ever endeavor to explain entertainment, keep you ahead of the culture curve, and we do so with the sort of excellence that the Holly Weirds can only dream of. Joining us today is Marvin, the movie monster. Marvin, how are you?
Doing excellent. How are you, my friend?
I am having a wonderful day, and I am happy to get underway with you, a fan favorite as always. And Marvin, I want to congratulate you because you now have your very own emoji. Anyone who's a member of the channel now has access to fill the chat with Marvin the Movie Monster wherever they're at.
Well, I'd like to thank the Academy. Actually, no, I don't. Forget those guys.
Screw the Academy, he says.
Yeah, thank you to the people that advocated for it.
Folks, we advocate for the like button. We like the like button. We hope you like the like button as much as we like the like button. And here is something else we like. It's thatparkplace.com, and it's an article by the one and only Marvin, who joins us now. Avengers actor Mark Ruffalo attacks Elon Musk in resurfaced meltdown, claims we are the ones to believe in it. Now, folks, I want to tell you this video is a little bit old, but it matters, and we'll explain why. First, Marvin, when did this video come out?
I believe it came out, it was before the election, so I think it was sometime around like September-ish, like late September, early October, but it resurfaced on social media, and I mean, you and I were talking about it earlier. We'd both never seen it before.
Right. And so this had very little reach. But now that it's trending on social media, people are getting their very first experience with this. And it is so far and so ridiculous that I think it's going to put Disney right back into controversy again, especially as we get ready to try to see Marvel win again with more Avengers movies, where surely the Ruffalo will be there. In a recently resurfaced meltdown that making the rounds on social media, actor and activist Mark Ruffalo melted down at tech mogul and richest man on the planet, the real Iron Man, the real Tony Stark, Elon Musk, addressing concerns over climate issues and perceived changes in Musk's public persona. Here's what it says. During a widely circulated video posted on the social media platform X from before the 2024 presidential election, Ruffalo did not mince words. Here's what he says, folks, without further ado.
Elon Musk is such a two-faced turncoat traitor because he was a climate champion and he sold himself out for a buck and some power. Don't follow that guy. That guy doesn't even have his original accent anymore. Don't follow him. Don't listen to him. We're the ones who we have to believe in. We're the ones who we're waiting for, and we are the ones that have to move forward together.
All right, so this man is completely unhinged. Marvin,
you know
your
what?
assessment.
He's right. I don't like him when he's angry.
He's definitely angry. He's definitely frustrated. Can you imagine how he must be after the election? Because this, as you said, is pre-election. Boy, he must really hate Elon Musk now, and it must put a fear in the Walt Disney Company, the idea that he's going to be anywhere near their MCU going forward. If this guy is this out there, this left field, I mean, he is calling Elon Musk a turncoat for environmentalism. The guy who essentially is the only person, I mean, there's Tesla and kind of sort of there's Rivian maybe, and then there really isn't an EV industry. There are other automakers attempting, but really it's Tesla and Rivian. Folks in the comments, let me know if you think there's another car manufacturer out there winning with electric. And no, I'm not going to include the Chinese cars. But Elon Musk has done more for the environment in the EV sales alone. And Mark Ruffalo, he plays a green monster in movies. That's it.
Mm-hmm. If he brought that kind of passion to his performances, I might not think he's a terrible actor.
Right. And I'm not here to be an Elon Musk sycophant, right? Elon Musk does some things that I think are incorrect. He's human. But this is crazy. And the idea that based on politics and based on who you choose as your presidential candidate, that you as an actor are going to get out there and tell people, don't follow him, don't listen to him. He's turned against the cause. He's a turncoat. I mean, my gosh, talk about losing it. And,
how about like going after him for his accent changing? That's a thing that happens.
right, if you're around other people.
Yeah, especially when you live, like if you're born in one place and you move to a different place and you live there for a long period of time. My cousin went to Australia for a month and came back with an accent.
Well, probably sounded better if they were stayed in Australia.
Absolutely.
Marvin, do you remember when the Marvel stars got together for the political thing with RDJ and Mark Ruffalo and all of them?
Oh, how could I forget?
Would you say then perhaps that when they did that, they were doing it around the same time that Mark Ruffalo was losing his mind when it comes to what we're looking at?
I would say those calendars probably match up. Yeah,
I would say so too. And for Disney, I'm sure they love that we're going to play this. Marvin, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm never ready to see this, but I'm also kind of ready.
Folks, let's go back in the time machine for just a moment. I want you to see that it might not just be Mark Ruffalo who needs to grow in his personal endeavors. He was unhinged about Elon Musk, but here's what the entire Avengers crew essentially had to say to you about politics. Let's play it one more time so you can remember just how crazy the last few months have been and how the Holly Weirds need to find the middle real fast.
Hi, Avengers.
Hey,
Thanks for
Scarlett.
jumping on the call.
Whoa. I think you mean assembling.
Oh, this is so funny.
I feel like we should do what is it, Statler and Waldorf? You want to do it?
Yeah,
I said assembling. Don, that
Go ahead.
it's like, hi, Avengers, and deny for some reason. She's the only one there that's not an Avenger.
that's pretty good. No, they thought it was funny.
Scarlett, it is our pleasure to come together and to get the vote out this election. Come on.
Yeah, how can we be of service?
Well, how about we start with what our voting plans are going to be, who we're going to bring to the polls with us, that sort of thing. Just to,
I think Kamala Harris needs a catchphrase.
Ooh, yes, definitely a catchphrase.
How about that?
Marvin, do we know if any of these Avengers were paid? You know, there have been these accusations that some of the celebrities were being paid by the Harris campaign. And there's been some evidence of that with the Oprah situation, in particular, payments that were made to her Harpo company. I don't know if any of these individuals were paid. Do you know anything about that? Were they paid by the Kamala Harris campaign?
I've never heard anything about that. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, I don't think Robert Downey Jr. is doing something like this out of the goodness of his heart. Deny. They're all denying out there.
Marvin, the reason I ask is I actually think Ruffalo is a true believer. Like, I think he's out there. He's really out there.
No, he's out there because he believes in it. He is a 100%, fully in the game.
And I'm not saying that actors should not come out ever and endorse, although I think it largely harms the candidate they do so for. But I'm not saying that actors can't do that or shouldn't do that. And if they feel that it's their patriotic prerogative, come on, see if you can English. Their patriotic prerogative to do so, say that 3 times fast, then they should be allowed to do so, whatever. However, these actors, and Mark Ruffalo included, they're using the iconography, the language of this franchise connected with Disney in order to sway the public in one particular direction. It did not work, but we'll play a little bit more of it. I just want to say it's very messy for Disney, especially with this, what is for most people new video of Ruffalo. It's old, but it's now finally surfaced on the internet. It's getting Disney back in this place. Let's play a little bit more and then we'll go back to Ruffalo.
I'm just off the top of my head. I can do this all day.
Shut up. I hate it.
Okay.
I mean, it's original, but
What about something punchier like, ooh, boom. You looking for this? Iron Man 2, everybody loved it.
okay, again, I think we're just trying to get out the vote.
Kamala forever.
That's better.
Okay, I'm down with democracy. It's just clean, it's simple.
Okay, I like that.
It's hard to argue with that.
Kamala Harris down with democracy.
Oh, yeah. I'm Kamala Harris, and I say down with democracy.
I don't know if that sounds the way we want it to sound, though.
I think we just need, can we get some production though?
Jarvis?
My name's not Jarvis, but whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. Down with democracy.
Down with democracy.
And so they're even using the name of
they're
the.
literally saying "down with democracy." It sounds like they're like saying democracy is bad.
Yes.
Like, do they not hear themselves?
And they might have meant it as a joke, but, take it out of context. It's very memeable. Now, they're using the actual names of the characters, right? They're calling each other Jarvis.
Yeah.
So, Paul Bettany, that is. So now let's go back, same exact time.
Also very clearly scripted, by the way. There's these people are not. I've seen them all in the vapid interviews that they do. None of them are this quick, except for maybe Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, RDJ's pretty quick. All right, so let's play again. Now, from the same time frame that was being made, here's a video that is now surfaced and is trending, but which most people had not seen until now. Again, bringing Disney back into the controversy. Here is Ruffalo. One more time, folks.
Elon Musk is such a two-faced turncoat traitor because he was a climate champion. And he sold himself out for a buck and some power. Don't follow that guy. That guy doesn't even have his original accent anymore. Don't follow him. Don't listen to him. We're the ones who we have to believe in. We're the ones who we're waiting for, and we are the ones that have to move forward together.
Sounds like he's in a cult, I'll be honest. And
for real.
The other thing I would say, Marvin, is we encourage you, go listen to the opposing views. Go listen to Mark Ruffalo. Like I'm telling you right now, I don't agree with 99% of what Mark Ruffalo says. Go listen to him. And the reason is, I think you'll come away, if you have logic and sensibility, I think you'll come away agreeing that he's nuts, because he is. He's nuts. This is crazy talk. Marvin, what do you think? What do you think the ramifications are for Disney if this takes off again and brings them right back into the conversation of politics and puts a light on their actors who are they're so far out there. They're not relatable.
I think that, for one, it makes people less inclined to check out their major franchises. Like, if associating the Avengers with what I just saw would make me less inclined to support the Avengers as an IP. But also, every single time that one of these actors shoots their mouths off and says something offensive in the sake of their activism and their politics, all it does is embolden Gina Carano's case, which, by the way, is backed by Elon Musk.
And I'm glad you said that, because we're looking at one of those emboldening posts. This is
almost
Mark
like
Ruffalo.
I wrote the article and knew what was coming next.
This is Mark Ruffalo posting on Elon Musk's social media platform X. And what is he doing? Well, after the Supreme Court declared that there was some degree of presidential immunity related to lawfare from this past summer and beyond, Mark Ruffalo said, just for the record, history is repeating itself, and he posts what would seem to indicate that Trump and his followers are, well, not good people, to say the least. Now, this goes far beyond what Gina Carano, the beleaguered and, what should we say, sent away Star Wars actress, the superstar, who has these massive lines at all of the conventions. Gina Carano kicked out of Star Wars, kicked out of Disney. She's got a lawsuit. Mark Ruffalo saying things that are far, far worse than she ever even thought of. She was being moderate. He's wackadoodle. Marvin, will wackadoodle him?
No, I know. There's no. He gets. I mean, he made this this statement a while back, and absolutely nothing happened to him over it. Nothing ever happens to him. Nothing ever happens to Mark Hamill. Disney doesn't care as long as you're on their side. And that is a thing that, Gina has pointed out and she pointed it out in reference to this as well. All they do is just continue to give more ammo to Elon's lawyers. And now, and by the way, you want to really embolden Elon to go after Disney and go after Iger and go after Marvel, just keep talking about them like that.
It's a good point. And for Disney, I think they've got to begin to say to themselves, what kind of knot, K-N-O-T, are we putting ourselves into when it comes to these actors? They're saying these things that are destroying our case against Gina. Like, the defense for Disney is over. As soon as someone looks at this and says, well, this is what Mark Ruffalo gets to say, and he stays around. Here's what Gina says, which is essentially, be nice to others lest you go back and repeat history, right? Be nice to one another. Give respect. That's Gina Carano's message. Mark Ruffalo's message is, history is repeating itself. Half of our consumers, half of the country are evil. That's Mark Ruffalo.
Right, and he's also saying that, you know, the Supreme Court of the United States of America is associated with that very evil.
He also, my understanding, is called half the country in some form Christian nationalists and part of a Trumpist white. Can we say the word Taliban? Taliban? I think we can say that. I think we can.
Yes, he has said that. He compared. You basically took a set of talking points that people associate with the incoming president that he has denied being associated with several times, but that goes against, you know, the rhetoric. So they took that and he basically compared it to that organization. Yes,
absolutely. Let's take a look now at what Gina Carano has to say about this. Gina Carano says double standards on full display. It's a constant and obvious elephant in the room in Hollywood. There is example after example, such as Mark Ruffalo's below that prove this, whom, by the way, I believe should have the right to express himself without getting fired, although I cringe at most all of his political posts. He is an actor, but he is a human being passionately engaging in something that he feels strongly about. It must be a nice feeling to express yourself so freely.
She hit the nail on the head right there. You have freedom of speech. You have the freedom to be able to express whatever opinion that you have, even when it disagrees with me. What's the old saying? I may not agree with what you have to say, but I will forever fight for your right to say it.
You have to fight for the right to say it. I think that's how it goes. It's not.
Yeah.
It is. Marvin, it's going to be fun watching Disney because the next year is going to be just disastrous for Marvel, unless they can pull a rabbit out of the hat when it comes to the Fantastic Four and the Silver Surfette. I see no way that Thunderdolts does well. I see no way that not Captain America 4 does well. I think they may even still be reshooting Brave New World to try to fix it in time. It comes out in 2 months. So I think this could be the year of comeuppance for Kevin Feige and the MCU, what they tried to do, which was, by the way, take the first 3 phases and then transform those into what was uber successful into essentially an ideological vehicle, a Trojan horse. It was the Star Wars strategy all over again. It failed. This is going to be the pinnacle of it, I believe, and then we'll see. But as long as they have these actors, and unfortunately it's even the legacy actors who are involved in making absolutely wackadoodle weird comments and statements and maligning half the country, it's going to be a hard time for the House of Mouse. What say you?
Mm-hmm. You can only fail for so long before you have to start explaining yourself to your shareholders. And they've learned that, because now not only have they learned that the things that they're doing don't work, they have also, through successes in the last year, things like Deadpool, things like Inside Out 2, they have learned that there are things that actually also still work. So they can no longer cling to that, oh, people don't go to the movies, oh, people don't watch things on TV anymore. They can't cling to those tried and true talking points that they try to make to defend these decisions. Now they're at a point where they have to actually start telling their actors, hey, you gotta shut up.
True. Very true. It seems there's only one, though, who had to shut up or get out, and that was Gina. All right, folks, that is the end of this video. We devoutly, though, believe that a lot of investors out there probably are saying, hey, Disney, try to be like Ike Perlmutter, that is, the former boss of Marvel. In the comments down below, let us know your thoughts and whether you think that this is yet another damning piece of evidence against the House of Mouse, against Disney, and in favor of Gina Carano. Also, like, share, subscribe, and make sure you have a good time over at Tooneytown TV. That's where you'll find Marvin the Movie Monster, as well as on www.thatparkplace.com. Folks, until the next time, we have the honor and the privilege of spending time with you. Keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Huh. Hey, Floral. I just wanted to let you know I have a New Year's resolution.
Okay.
Although, I don't want to say it. It might be like a wish. If I speak it, I'll break it.
Usually a resolution is spoken out loud so you can be held accountable to it. Like, my resolution is to go to thatparkplace.com and be ready to see its new facelift, and to make sure I'm always subscribed to guys like Jonas and Pro, Culture Casino, Lorena Creole, John Trent, all of them.
Well, I actually Godfrey wasn't it also make a resolution?
What's that?
I'd get in too much trouble if I repeated it. He took it way further than I feel comfortable repeating.
Well, that's probably a good call. But, what's yours?
It's not to say anything mean about Jonas.
How do you plan to do that? You're an idiot.